As many of us still mourn the loss of iconic guitarist Jeff Beck, I stumbled upon this article last night that opened my eyes to how close he was with Johnny Depp, and I thought a lot of you would want to see it. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. Yes, I'm very close to the story. I'm still affected by this story as someone who got to see these two perform just in November. I know many of our audience is still very just distraught and emotional about the loss of Jeff Beck. Many wondering, will Johnny ever say anything? I, for one, don't ever expect or need him to say anything. But I stumbled upon this article last night. It was on Cinema Blend, talking about how Johnny Depp was the only mourner Jeff Beck's wife asked to help her say goodbye. And I went to the source, which was actually from last week, about 5 days ago, when Jeff's wife said her final words, Sandra, Johnny was allegedly there, according to these sources. Now, again, I don't always trust the Daily Mail, maybe not, but we did know that Johnny and Jeff were close. And yes, apparently the relationship was so close that he was the only mourner present when Beck's wife, Sandra, said her final farewells to him Saturday. Now, what was interesting, and I didn't know about this, there was obviously the star-studded funeral that many people were photoing about. And even I need to make a correction. I wasn't trying to just believe that all the fans were out there trying to take photo ops with Johnny. That's what the media was out there. And even I said in that video, like, do you believe this is true? It seems so from the photos, but I know he was also photographed with, like, I think it was Jeff's cousin or something. So there definitely was some media spin to that previously. But also at the same time, we did see and learn that there were a lot of icons at that funeral, more than I even realized. And so as we, that was sort of a big event. Here he is with Sandra in his home in Sussex. There were even more people there than we didn't realize. Reclusive singer Kate Bush from Running Up That Hill fame recently, along with Rod Stewart, Ronnie Wood, etc. Eulogies were given by Johnny Depp, Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin, Bob Geldof, and Beck's best friend, Peter Richardson, who created The Cosmic Strip Presents. Singers Joss Stone, Imelda May, and Beth Orton performed alongside the local choir. Sounds like it was an amazingly emotional event. And I didn't realize, though, then after that event, I was here. Hold on. I hate this site. If you don't click the right thing, you don't get it. I wanted to make sure I'm sourcing. After that event, apparently, they had a what was called a green funeral is what I'm seeing. And the word was, hold on, make sure a green ceremony. Sorry, that's what it was. He was buried the following day. It was earlier. I thought it was later in the article. While the funeral was that Friday, it could be revealed he was then buried the following day in an unusual green ceremony in the gardens of his own home in Wadhurst, East Sussex. His widow Sandra, their dog Patty, and Depp shared the moment. 59-year-old actors understood to be staying in there post the funeral to show just how distraught and just to be together they are. Distraught's the wrong word. Just how serious this connection was. You got to remember, Jeff was there for Johnny through the whole trial, with everybody turning on him. Jeff was there not only to help him have a place to go, but helped him by recording music together. No one else really wanted to signed up to do that. They created a whole album. They went on tour, and obviously, as you can imagine, very cathartic for Johnny. So to know that he's still there allegedly helping with Jeff's wife, Sandra, to make sure she's okay, there is just very interesting. And what's also interesting is this fact that, they buried him at his own home. That's I don't know, unusual. I don't think so. I think that's beautiful. And what was interesting is I then went down that wormhole. Yeah, Laura B here was posting, regramming another picture from Rachel Defham. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. So sad to hear about the incomparable Jeff Beck has died. His guitar skills are legendary, but I doubt many people know that he was also a passionate garden maker. So lucky to talk plants with him in his beautiful Sussex garden back in 2006. My thoughts go to Jeff's lovely wife, Sandra, and all his family and friends. But there you go. I had no idea about this. And I was so nice that Laura shared this moment as it's all in the fingers. Guitar legend Jeff Beck is inventive in the garden as he is on his Fender Stratocaster. He's deeply involved with the garden and notices the smallest details. But yeah, this article went way back where we got to sort of learn more about his hobbies aside from just, guitar. I knew it was guitars. I knew it was cars. He loved hot rods allegedly as well, in the articles that we were reading after his passing. But I didn't realize how green of a thumb he had on top of the amazing guitar work. But to know he had this amazing garden that he was very proud of and now is laid rest in that garden, it got me emotional. I didn't realize. It's just beautiful to me. And while everyone's, I'm sure, still dealing with the loss, it's just give me some hope, some peace to know that they had love there, that Johnny was there, that Sandra was allegedly there together with their dog to make their final respects there, and that he can be in this garden with her always. I just found that really emotional and touching, and I wanted to share that with you. And it does seem like, yeah, well, I know some people are like, oh, what is Johnny going to say? It's just, I say, F off. Like, let everybody here grieve the time they need to grieve. It's very clear how emotional this whole thing is. But what's encouraging to me, I went the wrong way, is to see, again, I don't know what this means, but I did like seeing Johnny with Gina. It seems I assume this is a new photo. This was something that Laura reposted from Gina's stories yesterday. Hello there, heads together plotting something. And she even wrote a heart there. It makes me, I only share this not to gossip on Johnny's life, but I know, obviously Gina working for Johnny, it's just good to see him out with others, preparing next things. I know the Hollywood Vampires are preparing a tour, so I hope he's able to just continue his music and process this loss as the best he can amongst friends and family. It's encouraging to see all this from my perspective, and I wanted to make sure I shared it with you all as well. I mean, again, weird that the press is trying to make it this weird, unusual green ceremony. I don't find that unusual at all. I find it incredibly inspiring and beautiful, and to know that he had this passion of gardening, which kudos to Rachel for bringing this out and reminding everybody of this. It's all in the fingers. Imagine that. Like, as I sat there and watched this man play on that guitar, it is all about the fingers. And so to know that was his piece was to go out there and do this is wild. If someone takes care of nature, takes care of flowers, they're a very sensitive person, an amazing loss for people in the world, because sensitive people show us beauty in flowers, trees, and shrubs. It's true. You have to be very patient. You have to be very careful. Doing that type of work requires a lot of patience. And to know that that's not only was his other love, but to know that he gets to rest there, and to know that Johnny was allegedly there to help Sandra through this time, it all makes me emotional, but it also gave me some peace. And I wanted to share that with you. Maybe if you're still grieving or wondering what's going on, now you have an update to hopefully wrap this segment up. And again, to send all of our love and respect to Sandra, to Jeff's legacy, and everybody still mourning over this, to Johnny himself. Again, send so much love and positivity their way. And I appreciate all you guys for being here and supporting what we are doing. Make sure you stay tuned for more updates as we move on from this and others. Hit that bell from all alerts, smash that like button as well, and leave your comments. Your favorite memories of Jeff, your favorite songs, anything, leave them down in the comments below, and stay tuned for more here on Popcorn Planet.